we've talked a lot on the show about all the shoplifting and retail theft that is happening across the country. Well, now retail workers at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and HomeGoods are being equipped with police-like body cameras. So the cameras were launched by the company that owns Taser, and they're meant for retail and healthcare workers specifically. So one recent survey found that 35% of U.S. retailers are considering body cameras for their employees as a way of combating theft and to keep their workers safe. But some employees say that they're just for show. What do we think of this? Is this too, Erica? You don't like this. Why? Tell me. As an employee or as a shopper?
Just anytime we hear anything about corporate America, I get the rock eyebrow. You know, just like, I just don't, like, why do I know this? What corporate America doesn't tell you how many, what they made in profit last year, Erica?
You can look that up.
I know, but they don't tell us.
Yeah, but you
why do we know? Oh, the only thing we know is about these retail thefts, and the reason that they're doing that is because sometimes they put stores in the wrong place, and they're tanking, and they don't want their stockholders to know that. These corporations are not your friend. So the fact they're putting cameras on me makes me feel a little type of way.
I understand the feeling, and I can see them put them in bright colors to make you feel more comfortable, like jelly bean blue.
I don't like that.
But I will say this, you have zero expectation of privacy in a store. None. There's cameras everywhere. And I also know that after Pride Month and seeing Target employees harassed and healthcare workers during COVID actually abused, this is a fine idea, in my opinion. It's a deterrent. You always talk about that. I don't care if it's on. I don't care if there's batteries in it. At some point, they have no power. And if someone is harassing them, this camera gives them an ounce of something to record. I think it's a brilliant idea.
If they're not following up with prosecution, what does it matter?
It's a deterrent. I go to CVS now and every single thing is behind glass, right? Then I'm not going to go to CVS anymore. If this is a way for me to shop and for them to feel comfortable, I know there's cameras everywhere. And if this will stop a shoplifter, good.
Can I push back, even though you just convinced me? Okay. So sold. But what about the fact that the privacy, does the employee have the right to some sort of conversational privacy, talking about venting or whatever they want to do on their job?
What I think this
or do they have to be like perfect all the time because they are constantly being watched by their employer?
That's a really great question. My thought was it's giving like this company secures this house, but it's just a sticker without an alarm system. It feels very much the same, but that is a great question, because if it comes down to it, is it going to be about the shopper or is it going to be about the employee? And no retail employee is making enough to be on, I mean, you're on surveillance, obviously, but to have it on your personal being, that's got to be an opt-in, opt-out situation.
What do you think? Opt-in, opt-out? That's a good...
Maybe on break, you put it on off.
Yeah, you guys all make great points. I'll just take it to a different place here. I'm wondering how bad this problem really is that they're willing to invest in technology.
It's a lot of money.
A lot of money to put back in. So they must be getting crushed. And we're really kind of brushing it off like it's not really a problem. It seems like it's a huge problem that we are ignoring, and that's the whole cause of this. Whether it's a good idea or a bad idea, we got to look at the root of the problem. People are just going into stores and stealing and
grab and spend.
And no one's allowed to even confront that person. They tell their employees, do not engage. So people are just walking in and out of stores with hands full of whatever they want, and they're not even being prosecuted. They're like, listen, I don't want to get involved.
Furthermore, to Jeff's point really quickly, that affects small businesses, because if you are selling your product to TJ Maxx or HomeGoods and then their bottom line is affected because of the millions of dollars from theft, they're going to up their wholesale or their pricing.
Haven't we? Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Sam.
No.
I'm sorry about that.
It's personal.
I mean, I was thinking, haven't we done stories where we've talked about the fact that these increased prices that we're seeing are not from inflation, but are from
price gouging?
Price gouging and CEOs.
But
I just think this is a very have the conversation about our stuff being stolen while our CEO puts a $90 million golden parachute package away.
Too.
I never see any of these CEOs broke.
Right.
I've never seen one.
Right.
I just want to see one. Then we'll talk about shoplifting.